Hey warrior, there's a battle raging, one no one sees, not fought with guns or swords, but deep within your chest, where your heart races when someone insults you, where your mind spirals when a message goes ignored. A single word can ruin your day, yet you smile, nod, and say, "You're fine." Inside, you're wrestling. This is the silent emotional battle most endure, the truth most lose. They react rashly, explode, or crumble not from weakness, but because no one taught them to stay calm in chaos. You've seen those who walk through storms unshaken. They hold steady when others unravel. Not cold or numb, they're unbreakable. They weren't born this way, they trained for it. This video shares 9 Stoic habits to master your emotions with unshakable control. Not a mask or pretense, but a profound inner strength. The kind that needs no applause, revenge, or attention. First, grasp this. We suffer more in our minds than in reality. Seneca was right. We overthink, overreact, and imagine pain before it arrives. To become emotionally unshakable, stop letting your imagination run the show. You don't have to feel every jab thrown your way. You don't need to answer every insult. You don't have to carry every emotion just because it knocks. What you need is discipline, not the kind that makes you a robot, but the kind that sets you free. Stoicism doesn't kill your emotions. It teaches you not to be their slave. It lifts you above the noise, granting a rare, sacred strength to stand in chaos and choose peace. It shows you how to walk away without regret, to win through silence. Most crucially, it teaches you to win the battle no one sees. You don't break from feeling too much, but you'll stay stuck if you don't learn to feel less when it counts. That's what can destroy you. These 9 Stoic habits won't change who you are. They'll uncover the version of you buried under emotions, shouts, and pressure. If you've ever thought, "I can't let go. Why am I so emotional? I wish I could be calm like others," this is for you. Watch every second. Don't skip. Like it if it resonates. Share your thoughts below. If you're ready to become your strongest self, subscribe now and share this with someone who needs it. Leave this affirmation in the comments. I control my emotions. They don't control me. Let's dive in. First, respond as if it's not personal, even when it feels like it. Someone insults you, lies, or attacks you, and your chest tightens. Your instinct is to defend, strike back, set them straight. But Stoicism teaches, if you suffer from external things, the pain comes not from them, but from how you judge them. Marcus Aurelius. What does that mean? It's not always the event that hurts. It's how you interpret it. Most people are fragile because their identity is brittle. A disagreement feels like an attack. Dislike feels like rejection. Criticism feels like worthlessness. The Stoic habit: detach your ego from the moment, not because it's easy, but because it's essential for peace. When someone lashes out, that's their chaos, not your worth. Step back, pause, and see the situation as an outsider. Ask, is this truly about me, or are they projecting their pain? Will this matter in 24 hours, the space between the insult and your response? That's where freedom lives. Once you stop taking everything personally, you unlock a new level of emotional strength. You listen calmly, speak slowly, and don't react just to react. You don't shrink or explode. You observe and choose to respond with power, not emotion. It's hard at first, but practice builds resilience. When you stop making every moment about you, you truly own yourself. That's the Stoic paradox. So next time someone drags you into drama, arguments, or emotional chaos, act as if it's not personal, even if it feels that way. Second, kill emotional speed. Think slower. When anger, anxiety, or hurt hits you all at once, your mouth moves before your mind catches up. You say something sharp, slam a door, block someone, then regret it minutes later. That's emotional speed, stealing your pause. It drags you from trigger to reaction without time to think. But Stoicism teaches, assume people err unintentionally. Marcus Aurelius. Slow down, not just your words, but your judgments, anger, and reactions. When someone hurts you, ask, must I respond now? What if I wait 24 hours? You don't need to act on every emotion the moment it arrives. Your power lies in delay. Your mind is fast, but wisdom is slow. To be emotionally unshakable, you must douse the speed that disrupts your peace. Imagine someone insults you. You pause, say nothing, breathe deeply, walk away, and think it through. By the time you decide how to respond, you realize you don't care anymore. That's maturity. Emotions make everything feel urgent. But urgency is the enemy of peace. The first 10 seconds of emotion are just noise. Wait, move slowly, and your mind filters the static. Most arguments are traps. Emotions are fleeting weather. That doesn't make you weak. It's strategic to choose peace over pride. True control is when your heart blazes, but your words flow like water. Let them shout. Kritisise. Rush. You move quietly. You speak when you've thought it through. You act with purpose. Not panits. That's emotional maturity. And it makes you untouchable. Next time emotions surge, don't meet them at the door. Let them wait. Settle. Cool. Then decide. Leave this affirmation in the comments. I slow down to stay in control. Third, stop explaining yourself. You feel misunderstood, judged. Your instinct is to clarify, prove, show them you're not what they think. But Stoicism doesn't require you to be understood. It asks you to be at peace with being misjudged. Waste no time arguing what a good person is. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. You don't owe anyone a performance. Most who demand explanations aren't seeking truth. They're waiting for weakness. Even a perfect response gets twisted. That's why refusing to explain is powerful. It's not about dodging truth. It's letting your actions speak louder than defensive words. Don't explain your maturity. Live it. Don't justify your silence. Protect it. Don't excuse your choices. Own them. If someone truly values you, they don't need explanations. If not, no words suffice. Why drain your energy chasing approval in a world that thrives on your insecurity? People will craft stories about you no matter what you say. Let them misjudge. Assume. Whisper. You keep growing, healing, moving forward. Every second spent explaining to someone with a fixed opinion steals your peace. Say less. Do more. Let your life be the answer. It's not arrogance. It's self-respect. When you stop needing to explain, you're truly free. free from needing permission, free from chasing acceptance, free from being swayed by others' thoughts. You know who you are, what you stand for. You don't need an audience to feel real. Don't shrink for others. Don't turn your worth into words. Your peace needs no subtitles. Fourth, build an inner wall no one can breach. You enter a room. Feel the energy shift. Someone glares. Someone mocks your idea. You smile. But inside, a part of you cracks. You dwell on it all night. That's because most live with emotions too exposed, too open, too rough. It's not weakness, it's human. But Stoicism offers a wall, not of stone, but of inner boundaries. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You control your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you find strength. They can say anything, but they can't touch your core unless you let them in." How do you build this wall? Decide your peace isn't up for public debate. Stop handing your self-worth to those who don't value themselves. Stop seeking emotional permission from those who don't care. The wall is built in silence. Every time you don't react to provocation, every time you let others' opinions slide off your soul like rain on a roof, every time you tell yourself, "This isn't mine to carry," you don't harden your heart, you guard your spirit. It's not pretending you're not hurt. It's choosing what gets to enter your mind. Your mind is a sacred sanctuary. Not everyone deserves entry. Not everyone merits your reaction. Not everyone should hold the key to your emotions. Practice this when someone tries to guilt you. Picture your wall. When they bait you, feel its strength. When someone belittles you, let the wall absorb the blow so you don't have to. The world won't stop testing you, but that doesn't mean you must bleed. Each time you let nonsense pass without impact, you grow stronger. You don't stop caring, you stop breaking. Let them talk. Judge. Provoke. You've got your wall, built on peace, truth, and discipline. Leave this affirmation in the comments: I guard my peace behind invisible walls. Fifth, train to face disrespect like a soldier ready for battle. No one tells you this, but to master emotions, expect disrespect. It's coming from friends, co-workers, strangers online, even those you've helped most. When it arrives, you have two paths: be shocked, hurt, and lash out, or be trained, ready, and calm. Stoicism chooses the latter. Each morning, remind yourself, today, I may meet arrogance, deceit, envy, ingratitude. Marcus Aurelius said this not to be grim, but to prepare. You don't ready yourself for peace, you brace for war. So when peace breaks, you don't break with it. To be untouchable. Anticipate low blows. Expect misunderstanding. Expect unfairness. When it comes, you won't flinch. You'll respond like a warrior, trained and steady. The truth no one wants to hear: disrespect is part of life. It's not personal, it's a challenge. The victors aren't the loudest or strongest, they're the calmest. You don't win by raging. You win by standing firm. Picture this. Someone throws a stone. You can throw it back or let it hit your armor and fall. Unarmed. Your armor is your self-worth. Knowing others' blindness doesn't dim your value. You don't need to shout to prove yourself. You don't need to explain your worth. You just stand tall, like a warrior in a storm. Each time disrespect comes, train your response. Stay silent. Stand firm. Stay calm. You'll notice something: those who can't shake you either respect you or walk away frustrated. Either way, you win. It's not always fair, but that's why you train, not for comfort or praise, but to master yourself. That's what makes you emotionally unbreakable. Sixth, don't chase feeling better. Focus on thinking better. You feel low, stressed, anxious, heartbroken, or exhausted. Like most, you seek escape, distraction, a video, social media, a quick fix to feel better, briefly, only to feel emptier later. Why? Because feeling better isn't the answer. You need to think better. Marcus Aurelius said, "Happiness depends on your mindset. Emotions aren't the enemy, but relying on them to feel okay is where you falter." Stoics know this well. Emotions are waves. Your thoughts are the ship. You can't control every feeling, but you can train your mind to steer steady. Instead of asking, "Why do I feel this way?" ask, "What thought caused this feeling?" Maybe you're angry because you expected too much from someone. Maybe you're sad because you thought things would go differently. In both cases, your thoughts shape the pain. Instead of numbing emotions, shift the perspective behind them. Focus on thoughts, not feelings, and you'll unlock emotional clarity. You stop chasing emotional highs or fearing lows. You become the observer of your mind, not its victim. Here's a Stoic practice when a strong emotion hits. Don't fight it. Sit with it. Name the thought behind it. Ask, is this thought wise or just noise? Most of our pain comes not from reality but from unexamined thoughts we never challenge. You don't need an emotional escape. You need mental discipline. Train yourself to think clearly, and peace follows naturally. Train your mind to think slowly, and anxiety will loosen its grip. Train it to think deeply, and emotions will serve you, not fight you. Emotions are signals. Thoughts are the wheel. Don't chase what feels good. Build a mind that makes you better. That's the heart of Stoicism. Seventh, stop assigning meaning to every emotion. You wake up anxious, off, frustrated, and start analyzing, what's wrong with me? Why do I feel this way? Something bad must be coming. But here's the truth, no one tells you. Not every emotion needs a story. Some are just fleeting energy, chemical shifts, like weather in your body. You don't need to turn them into a narrative. Epictetus said, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about them." That applies to emotions too. We suffer not because we feel too much, but because we overinterpret what we feel. Maybe you're tired, hungry, or just human, yet your mind spins. I'm not good enough. Something's wrong with me. I'm failing at life. Those aren't emotions, they're judgments piled on top. The Stoic practice is simple. Observe. Don't cling. You can be sad without thinking you're broken. You can be anxious without assuming doom. You can be frustrated without seeing it as a moral flaw. Treat emotions like clouds, see them, accept them, let them pass. When you stop turning every feeling into a story, you find freedom. You realize some emotions arrive without reason and don't deserve a reaction. You're allowed to feel off and still be okay. That's not emotional numbness, it's emotional wisdom. You can say, "I'm down today," and that's fine. I don't know why. but it'll pass. That emotion doesn't define you. When you stop giving emotions the power to shape your story, you build resilience, not by being cold, but by not letting feelings write your narrative. You decide what defines you. Fleeting feelings aren't the whole truth. Leave this affirmation in the comments. I feel emotions, but they don't define me. 8th, embrace silence and discomfort on purpose. Most people can't stand quiet. The moment silence falls, they reach for noise music, phones, social media, anything to fill the void. But that void is where strength is forged. Silence and discomfort aren't enemies, they're training grounds. Epictetus said challenges reveal your character. When you face trials, see them as practice. To be emotionally unshakable, step into what others avoid. Sit in silence, and you'll hear your true thoughts, not those buried under distraction. Face discomfort, hunger, loneliness, rejection, and build endurance. No pep talk can give. Growth doesn't come from comfort. Peace doesn't come from dodging pain. It comes from walking through fire, unafraid not to suffer, but to train. Spend 10 minutes daily in silence. No phone, no music, just you and your breath. At first, your mind will be loud, but it quiets. Then, practice discomfort. Take a cold shower. Say no when you're tempted to please. Don't feed every craving, sit with it. Speak truth even when your voice shakes. These small acts rewire your brain, teaching you that discomfort doesn't break you, it shapes you. When you stop fearing silence or pain, you become untouchable. No one can manipulate you with loneliness, pressure, or chaos you've trained in it. Stoics practiced poverty, rejection, hunger, silence, not from weakness, but to be ready. Practice discomfort deliberately, not to show off or suffer, but because each time you endure without panic, you build emotional armor others only pretend to have. 9th, study every emotional lapse like a detective. You lose your cool, snap in anger, then spiral. What do you do next? Most feel guilt or ignore it. But mastering emotions isn't about never failing, it's about learning from each stumble. Seneca said, "No gem shines without friction, nor person perfects without trials." Study your slip-ups like a case file. Each reaction is a lesson. Every mistake is a signal. Write it down, yes. Keep a journal. As a detective of your mind, track patterns. Which settings unsettle you? Who triggers you most? What thoughts spark chaos? Awareness is power. Because what you understand, you can change. Soon, you'll catch yourself before reacting. You'll feel the emotion rise, but instead of being swept away, you'll watch it. You'll think, here it comes again. Then, breathe. Pause. Redirect. That's how Stoicism works. Not perfection, but progress with precision. You don't become untouchable by ignoring emotions. You master them by knowing them better than anyone else. Stop judging yourself when you slip. Study your patterns like your peace depends on it. Because it does. Leave this affirmation in the comments. Each reaction is a map to greater control. In a world of chaos, anger, and noise, stillness is rebellion. It's a quiet revolution inside you. These 9 Stoic habits, practiced daily, don't just guard your peace. They forge you into someone unbreakable. You won't be swayed by every slight. You won't hand your emotions to those who don't deserve them. You won't collapse when life gets loud. Instead, you'll move with calm, respond with wisdom, and carry silence like a blade. People will notice. They'll wonder why they can't rattle you. They'll be puzzled by your peace. They'll sense something rare in the calm majesty. That's the power of inner peace. It doesn't shout or beg. It simply is. You don't need to overpower others. Just master yourself. When you do, you become the most formidable kind of person, one who feels deeply but is guided by reason, who walks through storms with dry feet, who doesn't react but responds. Let the world chase attention. You choose discipline. Let the world break. You stay whole. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave this final affirmation. My calm is my strength.